The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for elderly grandparents, household pets, and nuns. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting homosexuality, teenage pregnancy, or chemical dependency that may transpire as a result of listening to this garbage fountain. You have been warned. Enjoy!
Unnamed Drag Podcast! Which is not what it sounds like on the jingle.
No.
The original attempt?
Yeah.
Shall we say?
The first draft.
The rough cut demo, darling.
Rough cut me, daddy.
God. I had a conversation with my friend Liam the other day which kind of like devolved very quickly into finger bang me grim daddy, which is, you know how death kills you by like giving you the touch of death?
Yeah.
But if you were like ready to die, you just like finger...
Does that mean
and then it was like finger bang me grim daddy. That's something that could be on a Cradle of Filth t-shirt. Like
genuinely good.
What was it? Touched by Jesus, fingered by God.
Wow.
Yeah, that was their
Finger
campaign.
bang by.
Also, I'm just going to point out, I'm wearing green today. I'm wearing some green on my caftan fantasy.
I'm wearing a full sequin, which is what you can hear like crunching together.
I mean, your arms might disappear into the background, as might part of my tit, but if I can lose any body mass through the magic of green screen today, then I'll be really happy. For those of you listening at home...
If you've only been listening to this, we do film our podcasts as well. They are available on YouTube.
YouTube.
And we try to wear something extra every time, just to give you some sort of visual stimulation while we talk into a microphone. And we also film against a green screen, which will hopefully have like a label on it, maybe like just an office like the BBC do.
I think today it's just going to be flames.
Oh, that'd be cute. But because I'm wearing sequins, I'm worried that some of my body will disappear into Le Gren Squen.
It's fine. Gren Squen.
Gwen Squen.
Gwyneth Paltrow's cousin. But
Jade Egg.
Just to point out, we also...
That's a good drag name! Jade Egg!
Right. Give me a moment.
Sorry.
Because we also continuously forget to say who we are.
Oh, good point.
So, this is the Unnamed Drag Podcast, and I am Nana Arthole.
And I am Dennis Rodman.
All the fucking people! And I am Fatima Whitbread.
No, I'm Marilyn Sane.
Why is Fatima Whitbread all of the answers on Trivial Pursuit?
Fatima Whitbread!
No, the little tramp. Don't you dare, Charlie. Have you seen League of Gentlemen from start to finish? If you haven't, then you should really watch League of Gentlemen. It's so good. Who is better known as the little tramp? Don't you dare, Charlie. No, Fatima Whitbread. You don't have your glasses. I don't need my glasses. No, Charlie, it's you I don't need.
If anyone hasn't seen it, that's an invalid reference that no one's gonna get.
I am an invalid reference.
You are.
Yeah, or just an invalid at this point, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I've just got back from a beachy holiday in this caftan, and you've just got back from...
The Oscars.
The Oscars.
The Oscars!
I just got back from being done by 4 guys called Oscar.
You just got back from smoking weed in a tent and getting finger banged.
Oh, so much. But I'm straight, and it was a festival. It doesn't count.
Exactly.
Also, finger banged at the Oscars, 4 guys called Oscar. Did you know?
That's not a segue! Okay, first of all, that's not how segues work.
This podcast is sponsored by the Oscars. No,
Definitely not.
What am I trying to
Halle
say?
Berry, no. Oh my god, Halle Berry. Oh my god, Halle Berry.
When I was a kid, my favourite stuffed toy was a teddy bear version of a husky, and it was called Oscar. Deadly silence as you look at me. Did you have a teddy when you were growing up?
I did, and he's still alive.
He didn't have a teddy, but I had a bear.
Definitely. But he's still alive, he's in my mum's spare room, and he wasn't a...
Same! That's where Oscar lives.
That's where all of the toys that were significant stay alive, in your mum's spare room, placed on the bed. He wasn't a teddy bear. He was...
What was it?
He was a sailor doll. He was like a little rag doll of a sailor. And that's why I'm gay.
Not like a Ken, but like Sailor Ken, with the Barbie franchise.
It was like a plush toy. No, it wasn't like a toy. It wasn't plastic. It was a plush thing. It wasn't furry. It was just made of like cotton. And it had stripy sailor outfit in a little hat, and then like blonde wool hair.
Can you get or I think that you need to get a picture of this so that we can post it.
Well, the thing is, I don't.
Is it? That's the thing that they do on like proper podcasts. We're just like, oh, go to our Instagram, we'll post a picture of that. If we do that on unnamed drag, unnamed
people will be like,
on Instagram, by the way. Yeah, because like officially we're like a production company. But
unnamed drag productions.
We produce like this podcast and bingo, and that's
farts.
it at the moment.
We produce a lot of farts.
Yeah, and a lot of.
I can't find it.
And a lot of a carbon footprint is awful. No, but should we post pictures? Should we post pictures and be like on this week's podcast?
Yeah, definitely.
You can see a picture of our bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a selfie.
I can't find a picture of Sailor Doll. But I can find a picture of something similar. So like,
I don't have any pictures of Oscar, but you can literally just probably Google like frou
so like that, but better.
Oh, okay.
It was just like
we're not going to post that.
No.
That was literally just a Cabbage Patch doll dressed like one of the village people.
Yeah.
So fun.
It was like a plush...
Which is totally my drag aesthetic.
Absolutely. A Cabbage Patch doll in drag.
Yeah, dressed as one of the village people.
Cabbage Patch troll.
Yeah. Cabbage Patch troll. Young man, if you're dumb and you're hung, I said, young man. If you're looking to come, I said, young man. If you're missing your mum, there's no need to look no further.
What just happened?
Flashback to 2018 Pride Bingo when I did a cover of YMCA called DVDA. That's double vaginal, double anal in the porn industry.
Use my pants like a dual carriageway.
Yeah,
that was my favourite.
I want two in the back and two in the front. Want to feel like a petrol pump. Oh, treat my knickers like a fight club.
Oh, wow.
Treat my knickers like a fight club. I should have been in the Village People. I've got the range. That's it.
You don't have the range.
You don't have the range.
If you were in the Village People, so there was
we said that last podcast because it's such...
You don't have the range.
It's such a good insult in theatre to just go, you don't have the range.
You don't have the range. So, there was a fireman. Was there a fireman?
There was no. There was
a biker.
There was there was a leather daddy, a policeman, an army like military one, a Native American,
right?
Which is kind of problematic these days, really.
A builder.
There was a construction worker.
Yeah.
Who's the sixth one? There's a sixth one.
You.
Cowboy.
So if you were slotted into that mix, if you were the sixth one.
Seventh. There were six of them.
Were there already six?
There were six. So if you were the seventh person,
what would your like stereotype be?
Dick pig.
There's already a leather daddy.
Oh no! But like dick pig, dressed as an actual pig. Dressed as a pig in a jockstrap.
Like Miss Piggy with a ball gag in.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else is singing, you're just going.
No, mine would be something really shit. Probably it would be like seamstress. No, that's yours. You would be a seamstress.
No, I'd be like a hairdresser.
Oh, a hairdresser. So you'd be no, I can't be a seamstress.
I'd be a hairdresser and a seamstress because that's what I am in real life, darling.
She's both an officer and a gentleman and a hairdresser and a seamstress. No,
she has no career and no prospects. What are you up to tonight? Want to get a pizza?
I'm a pizza. No, if I was going to be in the Village People, I'd probably be like a museum tour guide.
Paleontologist. A builder, a leather daddy, a paleontologist.
A chef. An actor, whatever it was that Chandler did. Like that was a trans monster. That was always the joke, though. In like one of my little social circles that includes Civil War. So Civil War, also known as Mark down in London, Skid Mark, Cyril Wart,
Whistler's mother,
is the Chandler of our group.
Why?
Because nobody knows what her job is. Like nobody knows what she actually does. Because what was Chandler's job up until
transponding, a transponster.
You're a transponser.
Yeah.
Before Chandler had to like relaunch their career because they got back from Tulsa because some girl tried to blow them.
It was just like miscellaneous office job, data entry.
Yeah. Like who's data? What's all this entry?
The thing is, that's my job. What's that? What do you do? I was like, I work in an office.
You do more than just data entry, though, don't you?
I am.
Blinky blonk on a keyboard. You're like keyboard cat, but with office work. Play them out, keyboard cat.
I hammer meaning into my letters plank all day long.
Oh my god, what's your safe word?
Whilst trying not to cut myself in the disabled toilet.
Oh my god, don't, because we had that conversation once where we were like, I'm fine, and then on Facebook Messenger it was like, cuts thighs under desk.
Yeah.
I made that joke in a room of people that did not appreciate that sense of humour.
Some of you never grew up cutting yourself, and it shows. So, like, we had the idea of building the unnamed drag Playmobil set. Where it's just like an office complete with disabled toilet to cry in.
Water cooler guy who asks, what was it?
Thank God it's Friday.
No, there was another one. Like, how are you doing? Better when it's 5 o'clock.
Are you working hard or hardly working?
working?
Cut self under desk. Thing is that you find yourself doing that, like when someone's like, oh, did you not get that thing? And you're like, oh, sorry, it's Monday. And you know full well that you're rehashing that cliche.
You're playing the game.
You're playing the game.
You're playing the game.
Everyone's got their script and everyone's playing the game. But there's always that one person who lives by it.
Oh.
There's people who work in offices and then there's office people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who you can't imagine doing anything else.
Have you seen the anime on Netflix called Agretsuko about the red panda that's got like a
I've heard about it and I keep forgetting what it's called and then I can't search it. I literally typed in animal office. Nothing comes up.
Salvanian families. Like all I did was end up with a load of houseboats for children.
Yeah, it turns out, and then by the end of the night I was just jacking it to furries.
They call it yiffing. No, in Agretsuko there's a hippo. And they kind of, like, in the first series, it's like this annoying, rambunctious character who's just like, my kids are so cute, did you have a lasagna at lunchtime? Blah, blah, blah. Talks like 1,000 miles a minute. And they all...
you?
Yeah. A hippo who talks 1,000 miles a minute. Scalped! Oh my god, before my very eyes. So they have this fucking hippo cat, I can't remember what her name is. But then in the second season, they like establish a character more about like when she never has to work late and she never has to do more hours because she actually just turns up and does her job and she's really happy to go home and be with her kids and her family, and I was like, fuck you! Fuck you, you fucking hippo! Yeah. Like, you know, no. You know in animes when they try and like give you a bit of a backstory of a character that's obnoxious or not likable or a villain, and normally you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I love the bad guy now. In that character it's just like, nope, still got no fucking time for her.
A manager on my team tagged me in a post on Facebook that was like, when you strut into the office late, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I also don't know who you are.
Cut to me at 20 minutes past 8 with an iced coffee and big sunglasses, like, I'm gay, move!
Oh my god! Yeah. They're like, what are you doing here? It's Sunday. I've had 6 beta blockers and a large iced coffee.
I have no idea what I'm here for.
We're going to give a quick shout out to something that was on YouTube a really long time ago called The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo. Which has a character in it who is gender fluid called Freckle. And they are just incredible.
I want to live my life as Freckle.
I'm like living in LA and they're all actors. Yeah. Like all of them are actors.
I want to be an actress. Everybody wants to be a fucking actress.
Yeah. And the whole thing about Freckle is
I'm working at my stand-up desk. It's just a laptop on a chair on a table.
Yeah, the whole thing about Freckle is like, you see that they clearly, out of all of them, get the least auditions and the least amount of work. But have a fabulous apartment in Los Angeles where they just do things like...
But there's no furniture in it. They just do yoga on the floor.
I'm hanging out of my apartment. I'm feeling good about it.
8 glasses of
wine.
No,
that's not candles. I'm hanging out of my apartment. I'm feeling good. I've lit some candles. I've had 8 glasses of wine.
I'm wearing a robe. Only a robe.
Calls 2 boys up from the street.
Yeah, let me.
Okay, you can do it. This is like, you can PayPal us, by the way, Caleb Gallo. That's not his real name, I can't remember his real name.
They say, where's the bed? I say, here's the bed. They say, can I sit on the bed? I said, yes, but be careful. These sheets are expensive. They're Japanese cotton. They say, but they're not even soft. I say, sometimes things that are expensive are worse.
I don't know
why it's so iconic.
Because it's just so fantastic.
I love Freckle.
The whole thing about Freckle's character as well is like they're just
I'm a star.
You're a pizza.
I'm a pizza.
And their cadence goes between soft and feminine to talking like
it's
this.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is it pizza? Good.
Is it weed? Does anyone have any goddamn weed? I'm like full Danny Filth.
It's how I want to live my life.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's not been a Netflix series.
I think it's because
it's better than East Siders.
Because it's like, I love East Siders, but we'll get to that in a minute.
But this is better.
But it is so much better because it's absurd and surreal, but also grounded in this could kind of happen.
Yeah.
And I love that brand.
The first episode where she's like, oh, I've got a one night stand, can you come over and act flamboyantly gay because he'll definitely leave.
Yeah.
And he's like,
it's just like, I'm trying to do some work and I'm distracted because I have a boner and it's turning me on.
Problems that everyone actually deals with.
Oh my god, when me and Nick...
No one cares that Trisha on EastEnders is pregnant in the cast.
No, of course not.
We want to see gay people decide who to go to brunch with.
When me and Nick first moved into this house, and it was like the tail end of summer 3 years ago, it like haunted by my arousal. I woke up. Sorry, that was like
haunted by your, and then you came in.
And then I burped semen. No, neat semen. Catchphrase, like we say that a lot too.
Neat semen.
Yeah. So I woke up one morning because it was doing something. It was really hot.
Yeah.
And I like rolled over, and it was like in our new house.
Yeah.
And we were so happy to be here. Like so happy because we used.
What's happy like?
We used to be slumming it dead hard for a really long time with neighbours that were going through a breakup, and then the other side was like a horrible guy with his Polish wife who was really lovely but clearly not allowed to leave the house. Real fucked up.
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
Cut forward. So we were in our new house, lovely, having a delightful time. And I woke up because it was like, oh, it's really hot. Because we hadn't closed the curtains properly and some sunlight had come through. And I rolled to the side, and during the night it'd obviously been really warm, and Nick had kind of like pulled the covers down. So it was from like thigh up. But he was full like asleep, but with morning glory.
And that sounds like good lighting as well.
The best lighting. Yeah. And I just remember, like, after looking and going, oh, that's so fit. And I fell back asleep, and then just when I woke up, it was like, I should have taken a picture.
Yeah. Also, like,
what a violation of his privacy.
Don't take a picture, suck his dick.
No, it was like 5 in the morning.
And?
I think the time to wake someone up with a BJ is like after 7:30.
No.
The only time to give someone a BJ at 5 a.m. is when you've not been to bed.
No, bullshit. If you wake anyone up with a BJ at any time, they're going to be grateful. You're sucking that dick.
I wake up quite angry.
No, to be fair, Matt this morning, like, cuddled me and gave me kisses, and the whole time I was like, fuck off, fuck off. Because I was asleep, and now I'm not anymore.
Yeah,
and now I have to confront my own emotions.
Die in a house fire. No, I wake up so grumpy, because like, I wake up and like, my lower back...
Realise that you're you?
My lower back's normally kind of
my lower back
is killing me, and I must confess, so on my knees, on my knees. That was so off key.
Awful. It's just the worst.
On my knees, wait, on my knees. There we go. I put my finger in my ear like Mariah Carey.
What did you
And my
just
finger
do?
in my pussy like
Britney Spears.
We got divorced 48 hours later.
Oh my God.
What was it?
Yeah, you should have sucked his dick.
I should have sucked his dick. But also, I wake up angry, sore back, feeling fully immobile.
Yeah, but he's not going to like punch you in the top of the head
and
while
also
you're sucking his dick. You can bite his cock off.
You know when you wake up and you're like, oh no, I survived again.
Yeah. Oops, I'm me again.
Have you ever had a dream? Right. Have you ever had a dream?
Alright, Martin Luther King, calm down.
Fuck off! Have you ever had a dream that was like not necessarily erotic, but just so fantastic that like when you
try and go back in,
when you wake up,
yes.
exactly, you try an Inception when you try and go back into that dream, but like you can't actualize that.
No.
You know.
And then you're very aware that it's a dream and the whole thing's just made of cardboard.
Oh my god, you're like Ellen Page in Inception, which is like, wait, are we asleep right now? But the more that you fuck with the landscape, the more that the other people in the dream are like, I'm gonna attack you, like the Wheelers in Return to Oz.
Yeah,
what the fuck? Honestly, hated that film. We talk about films a lot on our main podcast.
Also, have you ever tried to lucid dream?
Yes.
So there's a theory that if you
so
lie
hard.
still, but it's also lucid
like
dreaming.
you're having sex.
Lucid dreaming.
Just pull my nightie back down when you're done.
lucid dreaming goes hand in hand with sleep paralysis. That's the scary thing. So the idea behind lucid dreaming is, like, usually when you're falling asleep, you get comfy, you roll around a lot. If you force yourself to lie still and flat, you will eventually be aware of the fact that you're asleep. Even if you're uncomfortable, don't move.
Yeah.
Like, and then fall asleep like that, because eventually your brain will shut down, but you'll still be in control.
Yeah.
You won't be subconsciously moving.
Yeah.
You'll be very aware of your own body and where it is. So then you start lucid dreaming. But the problem
I
is,
thought
if
it was
you
like getting into a meditative state, then you can
Kind of.
expand upon. Not that you have to go to that awful pre-REM nightmare.
It's the same place. It's like sunrise and sunset. So watching the sunset.
Sunrise, sunset.
So forcing yourself to lucid dream is the sunset, but if you come out of it and you're still stuck in that place, you're kind of doing the opposite thing, where your brain wakes up but your body's asleep. What we're trying to do is send your body to sleep with your brain awake.
Yeah, but that's like, it's a fashion house of cards, love.
Yeah.
It could all collapse at any point.
Absolutely.
No, I've done it the other way, where it's like, it was some fucking YouTube bullshit, where it's like...
What, like this?
No, it was more like, hello, my name is Jason Stevenson.
I fully listened to this.
Welcome to lucid dreaming meditation.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that.
Fuck you, Jason Stevenson. Fuck you.
I think it does work for some people, but you have to remember that everyone's got a variation of what their brain does and the way that it works. Because, for example, like, when I get really stressed and really tired, my dreams get more vivid and more intense, whereas I know people where they get more stressed and more tired, where their dream is like essentially being dead.
Yeah.
Where they go to sleep and nothing happens for 8 hours, and then they wake up just like, I was dead for 8 hours.
It's wonderful.
I mean, I don't ever have that corpse sleep.
Do you not?
Ever.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm not since I was a child.
Yeah.
But that corpse sleep, I only have it when I've been awake for too long. Far too long, and I'm exhausted. And it's like, but even then, the corpse sleep will be like 4 hours, and then I wake up really disorientated and groggy. Like, I've woken up in my own bed before and not known where I am.
Oh, this is a real thing.
Yeah,
so
so much so. And also, I've also woken up in someone else's bed and not known where I was, because I was so fucked up the night before. But that's a story for another day.
Back when I used to do, because like when I was a teenager, for some reason I used to just like, I fully believed that I wouldn't live past 21, so I was cramming in as much as I could. I know, it's weird, it's problematic.
So unfortunate that you did.
I know, right? Well.
No, I'm kidding, I'm so glad you
Existential immortality, maybe I didn't. Anyway.
Okay, we talked about that in a previous podcast, and apparently Gwyneth Paltrow didn't invent it.
She did not.
Sorry.
So, yeah, so I used to do college, work in a bar, do drag shows, and also work at a theatre all at the same time. So there was
and
one
you were
point,
still poor.
Yeah, I know, right? There was one point around Pride where I was at college doing musical theatre, so I had like 6 ballet classes a day and like just twatting around.
You did ballet at college?
Yeah, it was great.
What, as part of theatre?
Yeah, as part of musical theatre, we did ballet, jazz, tap and contemporary.
Oh my god, when I did theatre at college, sorry.
Still telling a story!
Digressing slightly, but the only dance that we did was expressive, like movement.
Oh, so that's just like
when you just like an octopus on steroids.
That's just drama.
Anyway, carry on.
So, I'd been awake for literally 48 hours because it was Pride weekend, so I'd been to college on the Friday, then gone to do a bar shift.
No time for
Friday. No, been to college on the Friday, done box office.
And then they were making love
college.
on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday through till on Sunday.
Craig David.
Yeah.
Yes. However, I'd been awake for 48 hours, if not more. Got home to my mum's house, to the box room in the back of my mum's house, fell asleep fully clothed on my bed.
In drag?
No.
Oh wait, I've lost the lineage. I thought that was after Pride.
No, it was after Pride, but pre-drag. So I've been working the bar all day and then all night.
Oh, like a no one.
I know.
Reprobate.
I know. I've actually never had a Pride that I've never worked. In Nottingham, I've worked every single Pride since I've been 18.
How long's it been going?
I don't know, but I've worked every single Pride.
Nearly 10 years?
I don't know, but I've worked every single Pride that I've been 18 since. So yeah.
So you just passed out in the box room like fully fucked up?
Fully clothed, on top of the
disappeared.
duvet. My mum wakes me up midday Sunday. She like shakes me awake. The door's been open this whole time.
She's just like, is it
She's probably
dead?
She's probably vacuumed around me at this point. I've just not moved.
Pick some barnacles off you.
The door was open. I just literally flopped.
Wow.
Gone.
Like that single you produced?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
She was gone. Like, I was gone for a day.
Wow.
Just corpse sleep. She wakes me up. I'm like, who are you?
What?
I don't know who
No! Are you kidding?
I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who she was.
Stop it.
I thought I was in World War II.
Stop it!
It was awful. And then I slowly sort of started piecing it together, like getting back to my life. Yeah, it was horrible.
But
like,
here's the question. Here's the £100 million question.
Uh-huh.
Did you have a morning hard on?
I was still wearing my jeans, so it was difficult to
It was tucked into my waistband.
that was the evening my mum sat me down and went, are you on drugs?
Oh.
I was like, bitch, that's the least of my problems.
The wonderful story. But speaking of being on drugs,
yeah.
So I experimented a lot.
You never sat here with yellow dreadlocks.
You don't get this skin without experimenting with drugs. No, I experiment. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say, because I think we as a nation should go full Portugal. We should legalize drugs and actually police things properly. But that's another story. But
I can't take drugs because of my brain.
Okay.
You can.
I shouldn't take drugs because of my brain. That's
fair.
the lesson that I learned.
Fair.
I mean, it took me a really long time to figure out, like, why am I sad all the time? Because
Class A's.
the high outweighs the whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's more difficult to bounce back every time. Like, people go, oh, a come down lasts like a day and you order a pizza and you're fine. No, a come down lasts about 6 days of just going, why am I so sad? And I don't know why.
Because I'm not high anymore.
Listening to Never Enough from The Greatest Showman and just crying.
Never enough while crushing ease in your fist.
Just like, what is it? These hands could hold a world of butter, never be enough. His hands could hold a world of butter, never be enough. So, anyway, dabbling a lot in drugs. I once did like a social experiment on myself where, I went Irish there for a second.
That's fine.
I did a social experiment on myself, like, how long can I stay awake for?
That's a terrible... If you stay awake for 11 days, you die.
Well, like The Ring?
No, but like legit, if you stay awake for more than 11 days, you will die.
Are you
Your
sure?
body just stops.
Really?
Legit.
Who's the evidence?
I don't know.
I love that! I love that so much! I have no evidence.
I have absolutely
no evidence whatsoever. What is it? That bit in South Park where it's just like, and I base this information on absolutely no research whatsoever.
It's one of those things that you just know. I'm absolutely
It's like an awareness.
I'm absolutely certain of it, but I can't remember where I got that information.
Oh,
I know that after 3 days you go clinically insane.
Oh no, you can be declared, you can use it as an argument that you were clinically insane. Another thing that happens when you're sleep deprived is tripping for free. So tripping for free is an expression that we had, which was you've been awake for so long that you didn't take any drugs, but you are now just hallucinating like you've had acid or mushrooms or whatever. But that wasn't the story. The social experiment.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was like, how long can I stay awake for? And the answer is like 98 hours. So 98 hours is 4 days and 2 hours. But the most
You stayed awake for 4 days?
Yeah. And the most terrifying thing about it was a lot of that time I was on my own because other people went to bed.
Oh no.
So I was just like listening to music and like writing bad poetry.
Why did you
and
do
tidying.
that?
London Drag Podcast.
Okay, so we had some minor technical difficulties.
Technical
just then when,
difficulties.
the SD was rammed too hard. I don't really know what people say. Fuck's sake. So yeah, sleep deprived. I just did it
You
as a
stayed
social
awake for
experiment.
4 days?
Yeah, for 4 days. And
Fuck that noise!
I saw a cleaning lady made out of smoke.
What?
I saw
No, you
like
didn't.
yeah, like literally. It was like a dog made out of smoke, but out of the corner of my eye, I kept seeing like a cleaning lady who was cleaning my carpet, like she was scrubbing it like a floor.
That's a thing though.
And just like your peripheral vision is the first one.
Yeah.
To fully let you down.
100%.
Like, okay. I feel like you're going to say something.
Are you in your story?
No, I think I'm done. I stayed awake for longer than I should drugs.
So,
go.
I recently went to India with work.
Yeah.
So,
To eat, pray, queef.
To eat, pray, queef. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, after my eat, praying and queefing, I had to travel home. It's an 11-hour flight. I've never flown long haul before. So, the transfer for my way home, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The taxi's showing up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, why the fuck would I go to sleep?
No, stick it out.
I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to finish off the bottle of vodka I've got in my hotel room.
I've finished my drink, by the way, so you have to shut up soon.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, you've still got some left, so that's the default. Okay.
So, I finished the bottle of vodka that was in my hotel room. Bad move. So, you're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have pizza, french fries.
So, I'm a little drunk.
You're feeling
2 o'clock in the morning.
Some candles.
I've had glasses of wine. I'm wearing a robe. Only a robe. So, I'm on my way home. But the flight isn't till like 11 o'clock.
Oh, fuck.
The flight's 11 hours.
What?
So you've been awake for 2 days.
Yeah.
And you're sat in a metal tube hurtling through the sky.
And no drugs?
No drugs.
Caffeine?
No, but wine.
But wine.
But wine.
So that
They were serving breakfast and I was like, got any wine?
Got no wine?
I'm sat in premium economy as well. So
the
they have
thing
to
is
bring
about
you
wine as well is like if you've got a really bad hangover, it does make you feel a little bit like you're like everything's distorted.
Yeah.
Almost. So if you've not been to bed but you're sobering up, so you're kind of getting a waking hangover.
So I'm just trying to like drink through it. I'm trying to stay drunk for 11 hours. Not a good choice, by the way. Also,
excuse me.
I had nothing to do but sit there and watch movies while sat next to a very Indian, very old gentleman, and I'm wearing a kimono. I'm wearing
What?
I'm travelling, so I'm like, I want to be comfy. I'm wearing a black kimono.
You're wearing travel clothes?
Yeah.
Wait,
Wearing a
travelling
black
home
kimono.
clothes, because travelling out clothes you dress up.
Yeah.
Travelling home
home
you dress
clothes.
down.
I'm wearing a slinky vest, a kimono, some like drop waist joggers, and then and then just Doc Martens.
Okay.
So I'm dressed like a rent boy.
Wait, let me picture it.
I'm dressed like a rent boy next to an elderly Indian man. Also, I'm drinking wine a lot and full-blown ugly crying to Moana, Mary Poppins, just movies. I'm just watching all of the kids' films and ugly crying.
Yeah.
But because I'm so tired and a little bit hungover and I've not been to sleep for 2 days, I'm seeing dead people. Out of the corner of my eye, you see full-body shadow people.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, I know.
If you
I'm hanging
saw-
out with one of them right now. I swear you're my
Hey,
sleep
man.
paralysis demon.
Yeah. So, yeah, when you've not been to sleep for a very long time, you do see, like, shadow people in the corner of your eye.
Wow.
So 4 days, I can only imagine the next dimension shit you saw.
Extent of it, like fully formed people that were not there.
Wow.
Were not there, bitch. It was horrendous.
Or were they?
No.
Are you just seeping out into other dimensions, other realities?
Why would I see a dog made out of smoke?
Because you're not fully there.
It was like, do you know in the Magic
smoke is
Roundabout,
the filter.
the Magic Roundabout in, what was the dog called in the Magic Roundabout? The one that, was it like Douglas or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
The one that was just basically like a fucking
Trip.
yeah, like a Swiffer, but it came to life. That, but made out of smoke, out of the corner of my eye, so much.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was just bizarre.
Yeah,
really bizarre. So I would never, I'd never, ever,
Getting back together, Taylor Swift. Okay, never mind.
I'd never recommend doing it. Like,
but at the same time, I fully would. Character development.
I mean, it was an experience,
Yeah.
but not one that I wish to replicate, because the most frightening part was at the end of it all being like, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then messaging my friend and being like, do you have anything that will stop me from going to sleep? Because I think I need to stay awake for longer, because I lay down in bed and felt like I wouldn't be able to sleep ever again.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was messed up. I was 17 and this
that
spring of a girl.
noise.
It was like over half my life ago. Do you know what? Well,
Yeah.
sorry. 16 is half my life ago. 17 is like, it's shave off 2, whatever.
Anyway, you're very old.
I am old, and let's just say that I'm as old as my gums and a little bit younger than my teeth. So
Back when God were a lad. Yeah.
Fuck off! Is that saying?
Yeah.
I love that.
Same.
I really appreciate that.
It's great.
Anyway, have you finished your drink?
I finished my
drink and you finished your drink, which
Yeah.
can only mean
We've come to the end.
it's the end of the podcast. We've come to the end.
Stay awake, kids.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to listen to this, how many times can you divide 34 into 98 hours? I don't know, it's the maths. Wait, 98 times 2.
Please stop.
Okay, yeah. Shall we just go 188? No, that's wrong. 196. Is that right?
I don't give a shit.
Bye.
I'm not gonna need this.
Do I look like Carol Vorderman? Yes, you do. A little bit. When she started to have that pumpkin seed diet. So anyway, that is the end of another Unnamed Drag podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, share,
subscribe,
show it to your mum, be ashamed of yourself, wipe yourself from front to back, otherwise you get bladder infection.
Show it to your therapist and be like, this is what I was doing when I was supposed to be writing that note that wasn't supposed to be sent. P.S. If you ever write a letter that's not supposed to be sent
don't send. Oh.
So liberating.
Okay, so that's for next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Finally.
Right. Why not?
Absolutely. But yeah.
We love you to pieces. Thank you so much for hearing this.
Bye.
Unnamed Drag Podcast.